Well, welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Pretty wild. We're kicking into the end of September. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, respect your mind, and respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 110, Nasdaq up 12, S&P's up 9, gold contract down $4, trading at $1,326 an ounce. Silver up 9 cents at $19.25. Platinum up $2, $1,029 an ounce. Copper up 2.5 pennies at $2.19 a pound. Light sweet crude up $2, $46.67 a barrel. Now, the oil market, folks, was a wild ride, and that wild ride brought some strength right into the Dow Industrials. You had the Saudis and the Iranians make a deal. They make a deal now. There's an official statement out right at 4 o'clock that they would be altogether, OPEC in general would be pumping 750,000 barrels less per day out. You know, we'll see what the price is going to hold, but bottom line, in the past, each and every time that they say they are going to pump less, they haven't been able to do it. This is, though, the first time in 8 years that they have actually said that they're going to reduce production. Prior to this, bottom line, they just kept pushing. So, first, you had them pushing. You know, the frackers were calling uncle. Many small companies had to call uncle. Now you get the large companies calling uncle. Bonds, 10-year note, down 3 ticks, 131.13. 30-year bond, down 5 ticks, 169.09. The 10-year note tested its swing high, couldn't handle it. 30-year bond didn't get to the swing high. The swing high that we're talking about is the downdraft from September 9th. So the way that looks to me is that once again you're going to have the notes and the bonds go south, and we'll see what that does for the market. King dollar up 23 ticks, trading at 95.33. King dollar has continued to reject lower price. Last couple of days you just did a sideways move. King dollar needs some real price strength with volume behind the move. Euro is at $1.12, and the yen is trading at 100.68. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. What do you have? Okay, so we're up $1.07. You traded at $216.64. You make it through the gap from Monday. That is saying that now you're going to go right after the gap from September 9th once again. Now, that's where the S&P and the Dow Industrials had failed on September 22nd. The NASDAQ and the NDX 100 got over it up to a whole nother range. So we're going to do this once again. I suspect it's going to be done tomorrow. That's the number you want to keep your eye on, and keep that eye on it in spades, because it's a high volume bar. Last time we were up there, they sold the heck out of the S&P as well as the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow traded up $110. You're at 18,339, and the number that we're looking for up there where the test is 18,404. We had made it on Monday. Last week we made it up to 18,449. Then we gave it up. The composite, the NASDAQ composite. So the composite didn't have as much strength as the Dow and the S&Ps today, but the composite yesterday rejected lower price. The high in the composite is 53.42. Bottom line, I suspect it's going to go for that high. What it did out here today is that it went for the low of the high, and if we go take a look at this, so that's the 22nd versus today. The 22nd, we hit that high with 1.9 billion. Today it did 1.7 billion. Inside the NDX 100, NDX 100 traded up $8.50. We're at 48.75. The high that it's going after is the 48.95. What is intriguing in both cases is that it hit the low of the high and hasn't made it through it yet. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? From highs to lows in the gold market today, folks. High was 1331, low was 1321. We did 143,000 contracts. I suspect what we're going to see first is that this swing low of 1305 is going to go after that. You break that, we're going to be down into Brexit Day. And the Brexit Day, June 24th, is still the benchmark on many of these indices out here. Okay, so bonds. This is where it's going to get really wild, because if we look at the 10-year note first, what you have is that the 10-year note got to a price point today of 131.20. When we broke down, folks, we broke down from the 131.14 level. And, you know, we went down hard. At this point, you're one tick underneath that, and volume-wise, you're about 400,000 contracts underneath that, so it's a big number. Well, you know, you're 300,000 contracts, light. The 30-year bond, the way the 30-year is set up, 30 years already failed. The 30-year couldn't make it up to the highs of that downdraft, which is $171.10. We made it to 170.03 today. So the bond market is still saying a different, still has a different characteristic than the S&Ps, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. And what it is this. So bonds have been tricky about the last 7 or 8 weeks. What they've done is that they've come down hard. They've made it all the way back topside again, meaning rates have stayed low. The 10-year right now is at 1.568. And then they fall apart again. So let's go over to the TLT. If you take a look at the TLT, which is the 20-year bond fund, what you'll see when we fell apart, you fell apart on the 8th of September. The TLT comes down with 14 million. You go up at 7 today and it failed. That's telling me that we're going to be right back downtown. What it's also saying is that it very well may just be the bond market going up on rates that will hit the market once again. King dollar. What do we have with king dollar? So what we have with king dollar is this. Sideways move. You had 14,000 contracts. Not bad. Not great. You know. The greatest thing about king dollar is that the last few weeks it just keeps rejecting lower price. It's going to need more juice in order to get up into this level of 97.61 where I do expect it's going to go. That's the swing high of July. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials finished up 110. NASDAQ up 12. S&P's up 10. We're going to be right back.